Welcome to One on One. Today I'm here with a person that I've admired. I've seen around town every day, and I always wish to have the opportunity to have a chance to talk to her for a minute, a second. But guess what? My dream came true today. I am going to sit with her and we're going to have a little chat. We're going to learn about her, her story, her upbringing, because this lady, they call her Interessante. I don't know why, because they said, I am just like her. I'm about to discover if that's true, because she's been doing phenomenal work. She has a non-profit organization that helping women like myself, and she does so many other things that we are going to discover today. Now, before we get started, you know my name is Dr. Lucida with One on One. This is our second episode. Please go ahead and do just like you did last week. Last week we had about 3,000 views. We need you to surpass that this week. We need more than that. So we want you to go ahead and take your phone, start sharing the live. We are on my platform, Lucida Simmerville platform. We also on iSpace 2 LLC platform. We also on YouTube. Go ahead now, take the time and share the live, because we are about to have a great conversation with a person that I trust, admire, and love, because she showed that she has love for the community. Now we are about to learn and see how she does it. Now, I will not introduce her, because I would leave that for her to do. So, without further ado, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with my special guest. All right, guys. Well, while we're waiting, I guess we're having a little technical difficulties, but we will be right back with my guest. Just wait a minute. Thanks. Are you sharing the live? What are you guys doing? Because we're still waiting for a tech to get and put us on a commercial break. All right. Not sure what's going on. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the One on One show with Dr. Lucida.
Show.
You're tuned in to the One on One show with Dr. Lucida.
Show.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the one-on-one show.
You're tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
So like this. Okay. Remember, you're not supposed to talk. You're hearing everything that you're doing. So right now, that's what they're saying. Yes. If you go live, you'll be able to see what you guys are doing. Exactly. So now this is what they see. They're seeing her sitting there. So now she's sitting down. So when I go, you don't do nothing because we can't go. Hello.
Greetings. I'm wonderful.
Wow.
But thank you so much for having me in your studio.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine because I've seen you. I admire you, like I said before. And this is something that I've always wanted to do. You know, so seeing you here today, it's like a blessing, a beautiful thing, something that's gonna be, people gonna see us talking and they're gonna learn from this.
But
So
it's my joy, and it's a blessing also for me to be in your presence and enjoying this time to talk to your audience.
Well, welcome. Welcome.
Thank
We don't have to be so formal. Let's just relax because we're gonna want the people to know who is this beautiful lady. Now, guys, you know I told you that it's gonna be interesting. Please excuse us with the technical difficulties that we have because we are learning, we are growing. We have 2 new people helping us out and they are doing a great job. We're gonna tell them to keep working, don't worry about it. We're gonna get through this because as a team, we get through anything because life is full of surprises. No matter how prepared you are, there's always something that's coming. Now, before we get started, always, before we get started, again, like I mentioned to you before, you're watching One-on-One with Dr. Lucita. I have a lady that I admire in the community for years and never had the opportunity to have a conversation with her, to get to know her. And over the year that I've met her, I've learned that there's so many things that we have in common. But before we get started, I want Mrs. Rosebrune S. Vixamar present herself to you guys. Go ahead, Ms. Vixamar.
I just love the way you got Vixamar.
Yes, we gotta put the
air. Well, we're going to go in and out for English and Creole, okay?
Okay, not a problem.
Because we would like the people who are in Haiti who are watching us, we also able to know what we are talking about, right?
Hey,
A
listen,
little bit.
one-on-one is something that I create to leave a legacy, right? So people that are watching us can go back and see what we were thinking about, where we were in this space and time. So, however you want to be able to translate that information, it's up to you. Because we speak all of it here. So,
We're going to go and have a great conversation. Again, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
And yes, my name is Rosebrune, Saint-Smir, Vixamar. Born in Haiti, raised in Haiti, and all my classes graduated as a teacher back home, and came exactly the same year I graduated to the U.S. So I've been here for 37 years, and married to Enoch. We have two beautiful children, adults now, and a grandchild. So Cassandra and Jerry. Our grandson is Levi.
Wow.
And Levi just turned 12. I'm sure you want to know a little more about me growing up back home.
Well, I'm just intrigued. I want to know what you want to share with us. You just tell me what you feel comfortable that we want to share. So, so you just went in and you told me about you being married, two beautiful kids. You have a girl and a boy, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
God loves us, like I tell people, because I do share the same pair, a girl and a boy. So I feel like we get to enjoy the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Now, before we talk about your grandkids, your married life, why don't you share to me your Mrs. Vixamar as a young little girl? What did that look like? You can start with any age.
Well, there's a lot there, so we're going to try to condense, right?
Okay.
I grew up in Cap Haitian, right? I grew up with my grandmother and step grandfather, who was a lawyer, and my grandmother was a teacher. So of course she wanted me to be a teacher, and that's why I graduated as an educator.
Wow.
And I never know my mother. I met my father, pardon me, I met my mother once in my lifetime, when my father died.
Oh, wow.
And I learned about my father's death while I was in class. About my mother's death when I was in class. But my father, first I have to say, my father used to come home every Monday, because growing up we used to have two cruise lines coming to Cap Haitian.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And during that time, it was absolutely beautiful in the city. And you're going to learn later on, these memories, these things make me having that business,
Wow.
chez nous Entreprise. My father used to come to the city and visit when the cruise line stopped by. And the day that I learned about my mother's death, it was one of the students said, "I heard your name on the radio, and they were calling you and said, yeah, your mother died."
Oh, wow. How old were you at that time?
Un certificat. Quel âge m'était? Maybe 13, 12, 13.
12, 13. Wow.
Yes.
But let's go back just for a little bit. You said you didn't know your mother, and then after that you found out your mother died. So can you just take us there just a little bit?
Yes. Let's see. Let's try to take you there. My father My father, the only child of between my mother and father. The only child between my mother and father. So I understand that they took me and brought me to my grandmother to visit, and the baby was so beautiful. My grandmother refused to give me back.
Oh, wow. Okay,
And
so it was an act of love.
yes.
So because when you said it, I felt like, okay, something sad was there, like you didn't know your mother, something happened with your mother and so on. So it was an act of love.
Yes, so they
you
kept
are
me.
the most beautiful lady like you are today. And your grandmother felt like she had to be involved in your life, so that's why you were left in Givation.
Yes.
To care for you.
And I understand, and I heard only 2 years ago, I met a lady that said she owed me as a baby, and she knew my mother, and my godmother is her sister.
Oh, wow.
So I never met my godmother up to now. So, and of course, you just imagine, I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So, here's the thing that I said all the time. You are who God created you to be.
Correct.
And of course, get some trauma as a child, but that didn't stop the journey.
You just said something very, very. Remember, we're having a little conversation. You said you had some trauma as a child that didn't stop you, that didn't stop the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the young kids today, because this show is for our younger version of ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're looking at your journey, you're looking at the trauma. Did that shape you in any way? When you're thinking about your trauma, what does that do to your life right now, looking at that? Because we all have trauma. We don't have to go through the trauma, but we all have that. So explain how did that help you in your life a little bit?
I can't put my finger on something specific. However, I learned a few years ago my passion for serving the women and being in the call to empower women has something to do with my mother. And this relation, when I discovered that, it was like, oh wow. I never blame my mother for not being in my life. I never have any resistance, anything toward my mother. But yet, it was from a question someone asked me when I was looking for grant, looking for people to help me with the cause, with the International Women of Hope. And I realized that this must have something to do with my mother.
Wow. We're going to go back to International Women of Hope, but let's go back to you being a young girl. What do you remember in Haiti at that age? Because you say you've been here 37 years. Let's stay in Haiti for a little bit more. What do you remember about Haiti?
What I remember, it's all my involvement, because I have been active and involved in community affairs, the young people's affairs since I was young.
Oh, wow.
So I was in it was Pastoral des Jeunes, in a group called Pastoral des Jeunes. I was raised Catholic, and very, very, very involved. I used to work with, I hope he would be listening this sometimes, with Roni Semexa, doing sport for our big event. We used to have big events in Cap-Haïtien. Cap-Haïtien.
What kind of event were they?
Yeah, we're going to the youth people, the young adults.
Okay.
Yes. You can get rassemblement, nous avons rassemblement des jeunes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Et puis c'est nous qui te fait publicité, nous aller dans le studio,
Wow.
nous record.
So this is déjà vu.
Déjà, oui. Et puis nous faisons spot publicitaire pour rassemblement.
Wow.
Et puis c'est comme ça que je t'ai vu nommer nous, Roni Semexan était président, moi j'étais vice-présidente groupe là. Et puis je t'ai vu nommer comme représentant Haïti, je t'ai pris le représenter de ce représentant pour aller Vatican.
Okay.
So,
So you made it to Italy.
yes,
Wow.
met with Pope Jean Paul II.
Did you guys hear that? She met
Yes.
Jean-Paul II. That's amazing. So if you're under the live and you're listening, how many of you met Jean-Paul II? I'm sure not many of you. So if you have met him, please say it under the live or write a comment, write your memory, let us know.
Yes, yes. And at that time it was 9 of us because we were representing each department. So we went on the trip, and for a week we were there visiting Vatican and go to the prayers. And that's when I met the Brothers of Tizé, which is a beautiful group that leads awesome prayer time.
Wow.
And my love for prayer started there.
Wow.
And we came back. We went back to Haiti, and months after, I was the only the only person called to represent Haiti again
Wow.
in India to prepare the entrance of Pope Jean Paul II for in India. That was the first time the Pope was going to India.
Wow. So let's, because we want you, the viewers, to understand what I just heard. And I don't think anyone would ever know that Madame Vixamar, because that's not something you just share with people, right? So now, what are the ages when you were doing this phenomenal stuff?
18, 19, yeah.
So, how did you get picked? How did you get chosen to go to Italy, to represent Haiti? How did all that started?
As I said, I was very involved.
Okay, based on your work that you were doing.
Yes, Pastoral des Jeunes. It's a youth, pastoral youth.
Okay.
Pastoral des Jeunes was a group that was very active in the city.
Okay.
And, you know, these things, there were other young people that could have been nominated.
Mm-hmm.
But I always feel like when God has his hands on you,
Mm-hmm.
then things going to happen. You don't have to sweat it. You don't have to do anything. You just see it happen.
Wow. So you, at a young age, again, we're talking about at your years in Haiti from 12 to 18. So you always believe in the Catholic religion, or all your experience was in the Catholic life, or did you have other life outside of that Catholic world?
My experience was mostly Catholic and Adventist, Seventh-day Adventist.
So it was both.
Yes, because my step-grandfather was Adventist, Seventh-day Adventist, and I had 5 uncles living. I grew up among them, and they were Seventh-day Adventists, but my grandmother was Catholic.
Oh wow! So because of your grandmother, so that's why you inherited her religion, right? Because she had the most influence in your life.
Until I met my husband.
And we're gonna get there too. We're gonna get there. So, wow. So what is it safe to say, based on that experience, that's how you end up in the U.S., or there was a little bit there?
No, my grandmother, whom I was living with, came to the U.S. for eye surgery, and my uncle, after my grandmother left, so I was staying with one of my uncle because the others were already gone. He was also traveling, going back to the U.S., and at that time, I had 1 month left to finish, to graduate.
Okay.
and I had just get back from India. So the nuns didn't want me to leave before I graduated. So I stayed with the nuns
Wow.
for a month for my exams, and I came to the States with her. So I had already have the U.S. Visa.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how did you have a U.S. visa? So you were just smart all along? I mean, I went from being in class to now you're doing your little young lady things, organizing events, to being in Italy, from Italy
To India.
to India. How did all that take place? Like, it just from 12 years old, you're doing your schooling, and then after that, you became this woman, I'm assuming, and then from there you end up in Italy. How long were you in Italy for?
Just 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
What did you learn from there for those 2 weeks? Was there anything nice you want to share with us?
The beauty of the city, I still have the picture of the Fountain of Trevi in my mind. And the place there's a church, Michelangelo's paintings.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful, and those images you never.
Never leaves you.
Even though the memory is not the same at 60, memory is not the same.
Please do not share your age because you don't look that. Please. Because like I said, this is the lady I admire. I am having so much fun sitting here looking at this lady, and she's accomplished so much at a young age. And that's what we have in the show, so our young kids, the younger version of us, can see that there was a step that
Yes.
made us, nothing is by accident.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You being the person that you are, you doing the International Women of Hope, you doing Shenu, all these shaped from that 18 years old, right?
Yes.
So did you get a chance to come to America and go to school here, or?
When I came when I came to the States, we were in Connecticut. So the nuns was the director of my school. So we came in and called my uncle. We were there, and then they came pick me up. We went back to Connecticut. That's where my uncles and my grandmother were living. And right away, it was the week after, so went to school, started school. English, of course,
So you
number
did your
one.
high school here
Finished, graduated high school. Graduated,
in Haiti?
yes.
Okay.
I went to École Normale,
Okay.
École Normale, and graduated as a teacher
Okay,
in
so-
Haiti.
So you got all your credentials in Haiti?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Okay.
So when I came here, my uncle, of course, they just got me into school, and we started taking English, and then we said, okay. They said I was going to be secretary. I said, no, I would not take. That's not my thing. I love the people that could work in that matter, but no.
So before you go further, did you ever have any other profession in mind besides being a teacher when you were growing up? Tell them, because they want to know, because you follow your grandmother's footsteps, but did you ever had something? You can talk to the camera right now.
Two things. There were two things I wanted to do. Because I traveled, so I had an opportunity to see the ticketing people, those who were, yeah.
Oh my God, that was my job. I always wanted to be a flight attendant.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love the uniform.
Yes.
Oh, you are just, for real, we are interested.
No.
Okay, all right. Whoever said we were interested, I guess it's true, because I've always wanted to be a flight attendant.
That was
Only because of the uniform.
uniform, and also at that time they used to announce, the way they announce
my
the
God.
flight and all of that. So that was the thing
That
for
was the thing for me.
yes, dear, and
The
also
prestigious about it. You get to travel, you get to go around the world.
yes,
You're never home, so it's like, whoa.
yeah. Unfortunately, no, I never made it.
Well, it's not unfortunate. We just, life happens.
Yes.
And we end up with a different,
different way.
field. But it's
Yeah.
it's weird.
I know about that.
Yes, because I'm sure there's gonna be more I'm gonna discover. Because when we got on the phone and we found out we have the same kids, the same this, now we find out we wanted to do the same job.
About that.
Continue. I can't wait to see more.
And the other thing was I used to be the one helping in the school, especially École Normale, helping put activities together for the nuns, like if there is an anniversary for the nuns. So I would have the theater part. I would be handling that, telling them what to wear and all of this.
The custom.
So, you can tell. I want to say hello to Cassandra because I don't know if I don't know. Yes, Madame Walsh, our co-founder, because she will quickly said, "I can see why I'm always the one that doing that part when we're having event, being able to put that part together."
Wow. So you're somebody that loves to create, innovating, and putting things together.
Yes.
Wow. So that's from little girls, or where did you pick that up? Being with your grandmother, was she a sewing person?
No.
Any stories she used to tell you about your mom?
No.
So this
My
is
grandmother was my father's mother.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you never met your maternal
No.
parents? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let's continue. Let's continue. So, do you still do that till this day? You still put things together, decorating, and
Yeah.
Really?
Our homes. I was here in I was in Haiti. And we used to have I don't think you have ever been to one of our events. We used to have big galas here.
please do not put me on blast like that. Yes, I will.
Yes, yeah, we used to, and I still have event at the house every now and then, not as often as we used to.
Okay.
Like now we need to get ready for our prayer breakfast,
Okay.
which we do every year, thanking God for the year and praying for the year to come.
So, would you like to share with me how did that get started? Something like that.
Which one?
Prayer breakfast. How did you? Come up
It's
with
for it's for International Women of Hope.
that? Okay, so it's just.
Yes, it's us. We feel like it's a call. It's a ministry, even though it's a 501c3 non-profit organization, but it is a call. It's a burden that the Lord put in my shoulder for the women, and we have been working at it, and we praise God for the people that He brought in to help carry the vision.
Nice.
And every year, I don't remember how many years we started with that right now, but for years we've been doing it. We come to the house and pray.
Wow. Before we get to International Women, I'm gonna leave the best for last because we know you have a lot to tell me about it, how it gets started, and so on. So, if you had to look at yourself, do you have any regret about anything at all in your life, or do you believe in the word regret? What you thinking?
I wonder what do I. No, I don't have any regrets. No, I feel like life. You have experiences. As you go through life, you experience many different things, and most of them are learning steps. Is a stepping stone for us as we grow. We learn from our mistakes and we keep moving forward.
Okay.
I don't have any regrets. No.
So what would you tell your younger version? Your 18-year-old version of yourself, what would you tell her?
I would say I should have more fun.
That's what I'm thinking, because I didn't see the fun there.
No, I
My
did not.
18-year-old self, I was a bad girl.
No.
You don't want to know what I did, because I grew up here in New York. It was ball every weekend.
No.
It was kinky nose, zen. It was, oh my gosh.
So I got the contrary because Enoch was the one that made me go to ball once I met him.
We're gonna talk about Enoch.
Yeah, I never been to a ball when I was young.
When you were 18, you never.
No.
Why is that? Why was it something that you wasn't
The
like or?
The way I was raised.
How?
There was.
Tell me a little bit about that.
My grandmother was very severe.
Okay, discipline.
Wait, and there was nobody was. I was the only girl, and my uncles were older. So there was.
So you grew up just like most Haitian. They call it please like I.
That's it, we. That was it.
That was the like call it please like I.
That was it.
Wow. So
HLL.
if you had to think about your l'école l'église lacaille, would you say it was the best way for you? Because you say you don't have any regret, but l'école, because I know people that like, oh man, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that. Did you not?
Now you're getting deep into that conversation. Isn't she trying to get something out? But my husband is here and he knows about my first
Just
boyfriend.
a little bit. Give us a little bit.
Yeah,
one-on-one.
he knows about my first boyfriend. So
Okay.
so in Haiti, so there is a girl that is on the side here. That's the precious girl, and then they go around and messing around with the others. So I felt like if I was wild or so if I was much more fun, I would be part of the fun.
Okay.
But that's the only thing. I feel like I didn't have much fun when I had my first boyfriend. Even though there was something that marked my memory in my life,
Okay.
because I remember the first birthday, the first time someone celebrated my birthday.
Wow. You know what? This is important. We're not going to keep her talking about her birthday. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. Because
Pause.
she started this. It sounds like we're going to get a little bit.
A little bit.
She's been very professional about the conversation, but we're about to get. So in the meantime, please share the live. Call a friend because Madame Rosebrune S. Vixamar is going to share something that you don't want to miss. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the
Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Well, we are back. We are back with Madame Vixamar. We tell everybody thank you for continue watching us. This is a show that's going to be aired every Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. We bring in an exciting guest to you every Saturday. If there's one day we're not going to be available, we'll let you know ahead of time. But for now, we're going to be here every Saturday, 5 to 6. Tell your family, tell your friends. This is a show to leave a legacy for our younger self or our kids that are the age of 15 to 25. When they have a chance to watch this, they can see what their mother was thinking, what their father was thinking, what is their dream, that we had when we were their age, so they can start thinking, so they can start having legacy. Because I have a 15-year-old son. When I ask him what he wants to do, he doesn't know. But I'm sure he dreams, but he probably doesn't want to share it with me. Now, by having a platform like this, you get to see that mommy was a human at that age as well, right? Mommy did party, mommy did do certain things. So we are asking you that is watching us right now, if you have any stories you want to share with us, we welcome anybody. It doesn't have to be a professional, it doesn't have to have a business. Anybody from all walks of life, you're welcome to come sit with me on this platform. Come share your story. Come share your experience. Now, before the break, we had Madame Vixamar, and she was about to give us something very interesting about her upbringing. So, Madame Vixamar, go ahead and continue with us, please.
Wow. Maybe that, since you just mentioned the young people, that the young generation will grasp something out of this sharing that we are having. The birthday that I was about to mention, I remember so well because this place, Bennett Plaza, for people my age who grew up in the city, they will connect with that place. It's no longer there. A beautiful restaurant. So I remember the boyfriend was with bicycle, and then put the bicycle on the side and walk with me. And we went he took me to Bennett Plaza for my birthday, and there was a piano right there. The person was
talk to them.
They were the pianist was playing, and our table was just right beside it. And of course, it was just candlelight dinner. This image, I won't get any further. This is something vivid. You can't remember the same way you don't remember the first way. You have to remember the first time we celebrate my birthday.
Wow. So, when you said first time celebrating, what age were you? If you
17.
So that's your memory of your birthday.
My memory of my birthday, yes.
And he was the first person that celebrated for you. Is
Yes.
that why you remembered it? Because that was your little, boyfriend, or?
No, it's more than that. I think it's in me. Beauty heals. I told you there was some trauma. I didn't get into that. Beauty heals. I think the whole thing had something to do with me, the person I am, who likes beautiful things. The setting was just perfect. Everything about it, the music that he was playing, and the act of love. At this time, there was no sex involved. It was just creating memories, the gesture. And that's why I said my husband knows it because it's not. I am very blessed to have Enoch in my life.
Which we're gonna talk about because
yes.
Enoch is the sweetest person in your life. He compliments you.
Yes.
But right now we're just going
through
based
the
on,
start
experience that you've had because a lot of us, we are young and sometimes we don't experience love. We don't experience beautiful things, especially being women. Sometimes we get abused. Sometimes we get taken advantage of, and we don't get to experience at that age that beautiful moment that you are sharing with us. Because I know so many people so many women that's been violated, and then they don't get to.
But since you are there, remember I mentioned a couple of times that I've been to trauma when I was young. I was sexually abused when I was a child.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you. And again, that's something that we usually do not pull out and talk about. And I appreciate that. And sometimes when we share things like that, it allows us to heal. So you can tell why I'm telling you about that kind of love that you receive. It has nothing to do with sex or anything like that. But especially if you've been violated like that, to see somebody that finally sees you. So the beauty of this gesture is what us women take so essential, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes we as women, we're supposed to be this beautiful flower, but once we get tainted with sexual abuse, we don't feel that way anymore.
And that's why I said I could be anything but who I am today. I could be anything, but I knew love.
Wow.
I tasted love. I knew love, and God. I think it was God hand along the way allowed me to have this experience, because if this was the person that I married, the world wouldn't have me like this, because that's someone that was very possessive. No, not the trauma. The world, like me, having the organization, working so much, the world would not have me like this. But because my husband, it was
Let's
meant
talk
for
about
me.
Because you keep,
Yes.
you keep mentioning, look, she's like my husband. Let's bring the husband into this. Now tell me about how did you meet your beautiful husband? Let's talk about him. Because I think it's only fair because you just give me a beautiful story. Now let's finalize it with the man that makes you the person that you are today. Well, he didn't make you, but he's part
doing
of
the
that.
journey.
Yes, journey with you.
Yes, but I met Nook at school,
Wow.
Norwalk Community College
Wow.
in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yes, and
Did you know it was love at first time?
we didn't, but it didn't take too long.
I want you to go to the story for me, please.
Oh, wow. Oh, not probably smiling there. But he walked in. I was in front of the computer. We can still remember that day. I have a white jean on.
Oh my God.
I remember that.
Wow.
And I sat down in front of the laptop and he walked in and he make sure that he said hi.
Wow.
And
Was he a gentleman from the beginning?
yes,
Wow. Okay.
yes. I'm like, hi.
Whoa. So did you notice him the minute he said hi to you? Was that a first attraction? Or you just said hi just to
No,
say
just
hi?
hi, like someone was nice and I was
Okay.
being nice back.
All right, let's
Yeah.
hear the rest of the story.
But he didn't stop there. As soon as we finished, he just came back and started talking to me and introduced himself. And when he said, Vixamar, Vixamar is a last name that is well known in Carpathian.
Okay.
And
Wait. So you met him in
Connecticut.
and then he said a last name
Uh-huh.
that resonated from you.
Yes.
So all of a sudden your antenna.
Yes.
Okay. All
Yes.
right, now let's go.
And I was like, from Carpathian? and he's like, yes. And I said, okay. And I think I would pursue asking where does he live. And we talked for a few minutes. We didn't have a long conversation that day. And it didn't take long. He went to the house and knocked at the door asking for me.
You skipped too much. You're not gonna go so fast. I know it didn't just happen like that.
Oh.
So how long from the time he said hi
Uh-huh.
to the time that he said it's Mr. Vixamar? Did you guys know about dating back then?
We did.
So what was that like? Cause what, 30 years ago? Cause you've been married what?
34 years.
34 years ago. So for the youngest version of us, again, remember we want to leave this for the young generation. So 34 years ago, this young man came and he talked to you. What did he do to show you that he was the one?
But he took me out a couple of times. We went to a
So there was a
restaurant.
date?
Yes.
Okay.
We went to a restaurant a couple of times. And of course, I have to
I want you to
say,
look at the camera so they can see the smile in your face.
I have to say, people who know those who know me really know that I like romance and things, love, anything. So Nook, it didn't take me too long to tell Nook that I wanted to go over this bridge. I wanted to stand there and look at the sunset. I love sunset and sunrise. So we did that. He took me to that place in Norwalk, and we stood there for a long time and watching the sunset. This is something that stay for me. Wow. Stay in my mind, and those moments are very important. So I just hope young people learn to create moments like this, because it makes you pause and remember, no matter what's going on in your life later on with this person, then you remember those moments.
The memories.
Yeah. So, for real, it didn't take too long. Less than a year, I think a couple months before I went to the house and knocked at the door, and my uncle opened the door, and he asked for me. He asked that he came to see me, and my uncle almost said, go back where you come from. For real. Oh. And he left at the door.
No way.
He did. And and he came and told me, someone is asking for you. So,
Wow.
yeah, but he persisted, and everybody welcome knock. Now it didn't take too long. Welcome to the house, and then didn't take too long. We married first, with civil first.
Okay.
And then, because I didn't want to keep moving to the house,
So
because we
fast.
were already adult. So we were ready to start life. So we married civil first, and then the year after we married at church.
Wow. Any advice you can give new couples coming in? What made 34 years for you? What's the beauty of keeping your marriage for 34 years?
The number one lesson, I would say, I don't remember me going to it, but it's something that I said to myself or to any young adults who want to get married. You must have marriage counselor before.
Okay.
You cannot just get into marriage just because you are in love. Okay, because
That's not enough.
no,
Okay.
because two people, different upbringing, different characters, personalities, that's going to get together and do life together. So you must see people that nowadays there are people that do just that, counseling, marriage counselor,
Yeah.
or your pastors, or your priests. You must sit down and know about what you're going to get into.
Nice.
And also remember, respect is something that is extremely important in any relationship.
Wow.
Marriage, yes, but any relationship, you need,
friends,
yes,
everybody
yes,
respect.
you need to, the person they need to know and feel that he or she is being respected, and vice versa.
Vice versa.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So,
And communication. Next
so
thing.
was your marriage always perfect? Or
There is no such thing.
there's no.
No.
So it's a matter of just continue and keep fighting and make it know what it is that you aim for,
Yeah.
and just keep fighting for.
But it's true when people, I don't know if people have heard that before. We said 7 years, you go to the 7 years before you start calm down, and moving, knowing what the person like, what you like, when to stop, because if you stop talking and the person get upset, so you have to know when to stop.
Wow.
We never, Enoch and I, we never get to the stage where it gets heated, but not because we are so innocent. We get upset.
We human.
Yeah, we get upset and take a position, and you get there until we can talk about it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, everything that's good has to come to an end. But before we go to an end, I want you to talk about your baby.
International Women of Hope.
Tell me a little bit about that.
but I hope everybody knows H.O.P.E is an acronym.
Okay.
Stand for Healing, Opportunity, Purpose, and Empowerment. So we created to empower women, and we take a stance against violence of any form towards women. And we are effective here in Georgia and in Haiti. At this moment, we are building a H.O.P.E Center. This H.O.P.E Center is something I would love all your audience to pay attention to it and also get involved if they choose to. Because this place would be a lighthouse, not only for the women and young women, but for the community. Because it will serve many purposes. It's a training center for all the things that we have been doing for the organization, all the trainings that we have been doing for years when we used to go with people who wants to share their knowledge, because I'm a great believer on the ability for those who want to or offer the platform for the people who wants to share their knowledge with those that we are serving. So I want to say hello to all of those who traveled with us before, like Franz Bouget. Monsieur Bouget is here. He taught entrepreneurship for us a year, and he adapted the teaching with the situation in our country. Because if you're having a small business here, you need about $1 million or so. In Haiti, you can have a small business, $500 can give you a small business. You can start a small business. So he did an awesome job, and women are still talking about France after, 7 years?
Wow.
Yes. I want to acknowledge also Dr. Devese, Miss Chantal Vallès. These two individuals are absolutely awesome leadership trainers. They taught leadership for a couple years for us in Carpathian. We also have the women, like our co-founder, Marika said, she taught English, conversational English, because we don't believe in the ABC thing when you're dealing with adults, but they were giving them tools to have a great conversation with tourism and things like that. We taught computer literacy, that was D. And Arts for Business, that was Kathy and I. Sharing entreprise is not, it's something that has been in me since I was a child. Wow. Again, because of so many tourism coming, and at that time, the city used to be so nice. There was so many arts stores. Nice. It was absolutely beautiful. But anyway, I know our time is getting close, so I need to share a little more about the International Women of H.O.P.E, Yes. So this H.O.P.E Center, we started the building. Right now we are close to finish the fence, the wall fence. Tout le monde connaît en Haïti comment fence you fait. It's not like here. So yes. So we really need help to make this happen, because we cannot do all this work on our own. We need those who can donate toward this building. That we will have a kitchen, a commercial kitchen, so we can teach the women to cook, and we also want to do a place where people can buy. We're making it, but people can come and buy and order things like that. That big room will serve for. We will have a many-purpose room, conference, weddings. Wow.
And all that's gonna be done in Haiti.
Yes,
Right? So
yes,
all that's gonna be
yes.
awesome.
And
It looks like we may have to bring you back for another conversation about just International
Women of Hope.
right?
And don't forget, the Hope Center started here. It's something
Okay.
that we wanted to do here. Unfortunately, we still can't make it happen, and we started
And
in Haiti.
Maybe one day
It
you'll
will
be
come.
able to have it. But now, there's three questions that we always ask our guests who sit in our white chairs before we go. But did you have anything else you wanted to share about Chez Nous and International Women of Hope? You can tell the audience real quickly.
Definitely, we need. I can't leave. Thank you for the opportunity to add this, because a lot of people have already seen our work in agriculture. And it's something that you all would understand the importance of food security in the country is. We cannot have young women losing their innocence because of a plate of food. We cannot have women trying to feed their children and they have to lose their dignity because of food. So we are doing, we team up with Lakai people. So AD Alliance is doing an awesome job all over the country because since 2018 he retired and has been helping the farmers producing food in the country. Right now, for 2 years, I've been working with him and many others. We are trying to develop agriculture in the northern area. And you have seen those pictures. Some of those pictures they are much more. That's not out there. However, we would like to know to tell everybody you can invest in agriculture and see how we can transform the motherland.
And that note, awesome. Now let me ask you my three questions. We're gonna go real quickly. What is your definition of success to you? What is success to you?
To me, success is progress. So I can't say that we've been successful. So it's something that it continue. It's not the end. We have to continue to work. Every step that we comment dire franchi, that we go through, it's a step towards success. But it's not something like we just attained.
Perfect. Nicely said. Now, my next question is, we talked about your two beautiful kids, right? And I want you to look at the camera. If you had something you want to leave for them, you want them to remember you by, what would that be?
Integrity. I would like my children and all the children, because we don't just have two, we have two.
Too many.
We would like them, yeah. But to continue to live in a way that make us proud of your passage in this earth. Integrity is number one, and keep your word in whatever that you do. And wisdom, ask God, keep God first in everything. May God be the first person. I told my son every day, do you remember to pray and ask God to lead your day? It's important that they know that we are not alone. We are not that successful by ourselves. It's not just because we are smart, but it is because God grant us favor and bless us. So we are grateful. Jerry is in California and he works for Reddit. He's a financial analyst, senior financial analyst for Reddit.
Wow.
and Cassie works in administration here. She lives here with us. Yeah.
Things are good, huh?
It's prayer, eh?
It's prayer.
Prayer. God's plan. You know, the verse, the International Window for verse is Jeremiah 29:11. It said, "For I know the plans I have for you, plan to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I always said the verse is not just and the rest said you have to pray, come to prayer, and so on. It is not just for the people we serve. That verse is applying every day for us also. Each one of us, that verse is just for us as well. So.
Wow. Our last question, but before we give the last question, we want to tell each of you viewers, we want to send a thank you note to the team of Millie Milo Show. That's aired every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We want to say a big hello to them. Continue watching them. We have other shows that are coming in January, and continue supporting this platform one-on-one. That's going to bring you people in the community that are doing fantastic work. You don't get to know anything about them. Look at that today. We had the beautiful Madame Vixamar here. She was able to share a lot of information with us. But we have to end. In that note, I want to ask her our last question. What is your hope for this platform? Where do you want me to go? What do you wish for this platform?
We would like you, Dr. Lucita, to be exactly what you intended this platform to be. I pray for success for you and for God to make your business to go wild so people would want to come here and visit and being part of it and use the studio. And more shows will happen.
Awesome.
It's my blessings to you.
Thank you so much for your blessing. And to all of you viewers watching, any last message for the viewers? If not, we're going to go and say goodbye for now. We don't say goodbye, we say see you later for now.
But all the best to everyone who is watching, Haitian or not. Just, I want you all to believe that Haiti will rise again. And each one of us has something to do with that. And working together will help get our motherland back on its feet.
Awesome. We're going to say goodbye. See you later.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the One-on-One Show.
You're tuned in to the One-on-One Show with Dr. Lucita.